Yeah, hi everyone. I think I'm going to start today with an event that India is observing today as a country, Teachers' Day, the 5th of September. I'm sure a lot of you here would have sent messages in some form or the other to your professors, mentors, wishing them a very happy Teachers' Day. I did it personally, sent it to my chemistry professor. She's the reason why I am the way I am today. And I sent her this Happy Teachers' Day GIF, and I just want to take that example. Let's stay on it. And with that, I'm here to talk about conversations and the power of conversation media, how it delivers hearts and minds. This just let's go back in our lives and look at the people we kind of send messages to. What is it that we feel as an emotion when we are sending them those messages, be it on WhatsApp, be it on Facebook, and how does the recipient perceive our messages? Today, if I talk about conversations, and when I say conversation, like I said, it's all the chats, all the forms of messages that we are doing, like whether it's on Facebook Messenger, it's on WhatsApp, it's on Instagram DM, it's on Hello, anything and everything under the sun that we use today to communicate with our friends and family. It has, in fact, become the number one way today people talk, they share feelings, they leave each other's mind changed. And you would agree with me that I think as a result of pandemic, unfortunately or fortunately, it's become all the more difficult now to, kind of physically meet someone, but it's always easier to send them a message and, just check on them. When we talk about conversations, the numbers that you see here on the slide is the architecture, what constitutes conversation. If we talk about India here, close to 70 billion plus messages are being sent every day. And among those messages, there are close to 10 billion plus emojis. Again, I'm sure you can all relate with me that whenever your friend sends you a nerve cracking joke and you end up replying with that rolling on floor laughing emoji, sending it, I think, 3 to 4 times in a single message itself. So, yeah, that's the gigantic number that we are looking at here. And other than emoticons, of course, there are all these stickers and GIFs that we send every day. Now, when we talk about brands and conversations, they are already part of every conversation that is happening every second in the country and, in fact, globally. Now, there are various kinds of conversation that we do with our friends and family. Like, remember the last time when probably someone in your family went to a grocery store and you asked them to pick up a pack of, I don't know, Oreo cookies, maybe that's my personal favorite. Or when was the last time you probably sought advice from your friend on WhatsApp, like what is the right financial tool for the next investment that you're looking at? Or, in fact, even making plans to, I don't know, maybe check out the new cocktail range at a bar opening up soon. So, again, like with this, we introduce the concept of conversation media marketing that rests on the three pillars of truth, depth, and influence. And why we say that? Because there is nothing more authentic and persuasive than what one friend says to another. And I'm sure you would agree with me. There are ample number of researches, studies that have in fact proven and evidenced the fact that people feel that they are their genuine selves, they are their real selves when they are having candid conversations, be it with their friends, their family, their colleagues, and more than anything, compared to when probably they're replying to a comment on a Facebook post or any other blog post or any other public channel per se. And not just that, the fact that more and more we are moving towards an angle where we incline towards, how our friends and family recommend a particular product and service, right? That's again a whopping number that we're looking at, with people trusting word of mouth more than any other, channel of advertising or marketing. I'm sure by now you're all wondering as to how therefore conversations and brands is coming into, a picture altogether. And this is where we are, that, as brands and businesses, like if I talk about my own digital marketing back at Bobble AI, we are, every day we are trying to figure out new ways and spending extensively, like significant capital on various forms of marketing media. And every time we do that, our objective is that, if I probably do this kind of an advert, my consumers will be able to connect with my product or service. They will eventually probably be able to recall about me a lot more than what they do right now. they will like my product or service, and one day probably they will purchase it, right? That is a larger vision with any kind of marketing effort that we do. However, the gap between what we really want, what we expect, and what we are getting as a result of all these channels put together is widening day by day. In fact, it's becoming huge. And why I say that, because I'm sure, like, how many of us have, never failed to click a skip intro on Netflix when binging a series on Netflix, or skip ads on YouTube. As humans, we have a natural tendency to, skip something that has been bombarded upon us, right? And more than that, in general, the attention span of consumers, again, there are ample number of researches done that show that how there's only so much information our brain can process at one point in time. There are these, therefore, the shrinking attention span, the fact that there has been no, unique solution which can target consumers in a very seamless and organic manner, and not per se an annoying advertising way. And that is what we call the messaging gap. But it doesn't have to be this way. That is why I'm here to talk about Bobble AI, the world's first conversation media platform, and what we do today, what marketers really need. And if you can, you would probably, all of you out here are leading various kinds of industries in your marketing efforts, and you would empathize with me that as marketers, what we need is some form of media that can really be purchased, measured, and, like, when I say really work with it, I really mean it can really be worked with to get the results that we want. And that is where we are, that we can help close that messaging gap per se by leveraging the power of conversations. What you see on the screen are examples of, these different formats of visual communication that is being used extensively today by the Gen Z and the millennials in India, outside India, on any chat or social messaging app, you name it. A direct integration of brand in such powerful solutions can help brands stay in the minds of consumers all the time, right? Now, we believe, as Bobble, we believe in the future that conversations are going to flourish in human expressivity. And what I mean by that, if we take a step back again here and let's look at the larger, the progression, the trajectory of how conversations have evolved over a period of time. And you would agree with me, like right from the time when, as humans, we resorted to cave paintings and whatnot, scriptures, graphical scriptures, to kind of express ourselves better, to this time today when we use apps like Snapchat, Hello, Hike, anything, just to make our communication more expressive, more visual, and more personalized. And while that has been happening, we strongly believe that brands are going to play an integral role in this overall conversational experience. Now let's talk about the market, because the market of conversation media is not just any other market. It is a market with mammoth potential. If we talk about India again, for an instance, that of the total number of smartphone users the country currently has, there's more than 95% of them which are using some form of a chat app for their day-to-day conversation. And while we all know the answer that WhatsApp being the most popular in our country, there is still a good 80% of them that are using these visual forms of communication, be it stickers, be it GIFs, be it emojis, be it even memes in conversations today, which is taking the overall industry size, as you can see on the right, to a whopping number of 700 billion plus content pieces. When I say content, what I mean is everything that you can imagine as a media that carries a message from one person to the other on a digital chat messaging platform. Now, with that kind of a market potential, and obviously the understanding that there exists this unique solution that can help brands stay in minds and hearts of consumers, like I said, in a very natural manner, because these are stickers, GIFs, and emojis which people themselves like to use, and we are not, like, in a way bombarding them with anything. So, in a more natural and organic manner, and not per se a non advertising manner, there are brands who have already started becoming part of the conversations. I've put together some examples for all of you to visualize. Now, here are these two really anti products and industries collaborating with Holler. One is Snickers and one is HBO Max on a series of conversational stickers and gifs that people can use in their everyday chats, right? Now, again, another thing is avatars, right? And I think there's no, paucity of numbers that we all know of, whether it's Play Store or App Store or Facebook itself recently launching Memoji, that speak of the evidence that how badly people have this need to, have their own digital avatars and use them in their conversations. And brands haven't been too far behind in kind of hopping onto that trend. And here's an example of how Cheetos collaborated with genies to again kind of become part of the user conversations. Now, this is an interesting example. Legacy brand Ralph Lauren. I'm sure there's not going to be a person who hasn't heard of this brand. They recently launched an exclusive collection in collaboration with Bitmoji, wherein the users can actually, their avatars can actually try out the Ralph Lauren wardrobe, their clothes, etc. Again, it's pretty cool, isn't it? So finally, coming back to how Bobble AI particularly helped Reebok. Again, this is one case with respect to all the brands we currently have partnered with. With Reebok, also the objective here being how to target women in conversations using Kangna Ranaut, their brand ambassador, her avatar, and creating a series of quirky conversational stickers and gifs. Now, like obviously, I can go on and on and on this, but given the time that we have, I hope you all get the idea that conversation media is vast, it's huge, it's already happening right now as we speak. The messages that we are sending to each other, the content that we are speaking about in our conversation, and the power it carries for brand integrations. We've done all of this so that actually marketers everywhere can use this most powerful medium, which is what one friend says to another, conversation media. So I think with that, I'm gonna wrap. And if there are any questions, I'd be more than happy to kind of take that up.
Okay, thank you so much, Anika. It was extremely interesting and
Sure.
informative. So we don't have any questions as of now. We'll wait for a minute if at all there is any question people would like to pose. Anyone from the audience would have any question? Please ask anything.
I think there's someone saying, does Popular revenue of a company or a brand? Mr. Samay Salonke, very valid question, Mr. Samay. So when you say revenue of a company or a brand, I think the revenue of any business product or service rests with the power of consumer choices. And as long as a brand does not make its presence felt in amongst consumers and their minds, it's very difficult to trace that, entire purchase journey and, eventually leading to that purchase. I don't know if that answers your question, but I hope I've given some light. Can you uh, ROI generator via these campaigns? So the ROI, when you say return on investment, again, I think as brand marketers, we are really obsessed with the term ROI. Definitely, when we talk about conversations, I don't think there is any channel as granular as conversations. Like for the longest time, we have not, as brands, have had any opportunity to be, in fact, part of WhatsApp as a channel. Like obviously, we can monetize ourselves through Facebook or any other Instagram or any other media for that matter. But WhatsApp being the most widely accepted and used as a platform, there has been this organic way or a natural way of becoming a part of it. So with that said, I think the ROI rests in the fact, the kind of visibility, the kind of imprint and the kind of conversations the brand becomes to be a part of, which has not been possible uh, before. Like it's not something not even possible. I think for the longest time, it has been unimaginable that there is a way, a natural way to be part of day-to-day chats. Apart from branding, what other benefits can we get from conversation media. I think branding is what leads to all the other benefits as a business or as a product that we can imagine. Say, for example, today as a consumer, I do not like a particular product of skincare. The fact that I have this power because I have just so many brands at my disposal, and especially technology has made every business has made the distribution and accessibility of every product or service so easy. It ultimately rests with the consumer, right? That if I do not like something, if there's a product which is not even in my recall or none of my friends have used it or know about it, why would I even buy it, right? So I think it's branding that leads to any other tangible benefit that can be expected as a result of any kind of campaign. How can we promote our own emojis and GIFs? So the way we promote any branded content, like the example we saw for Reebok and all the other global examples as well, is that there can be a creation of series of stickers and GIFs which are related to obviously the brand philosophy. For example, I'm just taking an example out here, like if it's Maggie. Now, Maggie is related to conversations around noodles, snacking, hungry. So a lot of conversational, quirky content can be created around that with a very natural and a subtle integration of Maggie in it, right? I think that should answer this question. Okay, how can Bobble AI help B2B companies? Any case study example you can share? Like I said, while conversation media is the core offering that I was here to talk about, Bobble AI being a smartphone keyboard app, we do facilitate B2B solutions which are into white label keyboards, etc., where we give a complete suite of communication services to the business that we are working with. I am happy to connect offline later or during the day in one of the sessions to discuss details of this. What are the limitations in this media? I don't think it will be too ambitious for me to really answer this in a very simple way. In conversations, there are no limitations. I think there is absolutely, this is probably one platform which is limitless to the extent that, for instance, if I have to really explain it with an example, when you get or we get a message which is like really nice and funny, and we just end up forwarding it to, I don't know, 10, 20 people in groups in our friends. That is the power of conversations. And that's the kind of multiplicity effect it creates when a message or a communication or a sticker or a GIF is out there in the universe of conversations. So I strongly believe there are no limitations of this media as a channel. Do I have more questions? Okay. Any questions? Anything else? I'm really happy to answer all these curious questions that everyone has.
There was one question we missed out. So, how can
Okay.
I start with conversation marketing? How
How
should I
can
start?
how can a brand start the conversation media marketing? Okay, I sorry, I don't see this here, but for starters, please feel free to reach out to me. We have, I can probably share my slides with the organizing team. We have our credentials listed there, brand.marketing@bobble.ai. Please connect with me, anyone in my team, and we can tell you exactly how to take this forward.
Okay. We have another question by Shan. Do you analyze the emotions of other
Okay.
person?
Sorry, I think
Do we analyze? Sorry, I couldn't get that. Saloni, was it?
Yes. So they're
Yeah.
asking, do you analyze the emotions of the other person according to their replies? Like
So,
using
well, yeah, to answer that, I think there have been brands in the past where we have delivered sentiment analysis of various sorts. Like, for example, emoji usage can probably be one immediate example. Like, if a lot of happy, funny emojis are being used, that qualifies for one particular kind of sentiment, while emojis that are particularly related to a sad or an anxious state of mind could be one kind of sentiment. It could also be about, when a particular brand is being talked about in conversation, what is the sentiment around that particular brand? What is the emotion about that particular brand? And I think that speaks again of the immense power this holds, that it's very, it has never been possible to identify that what consumers really feel about a brand, right? I think that was a very good question. So whosoever asked that, sentiment is definitely something this can really help into.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anika.